Hey everyone, this is Zach, and in today's video, we're going to talk about Pokemon coming in the Teal Mask DLC that has offensive potential for Regulation E. If you guys enjoy this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. So we found out about Regulation E coming up October 1st, and it's going to run till the end of November. I made a video talking about it, and basically it is, for all that we know, it is going to allow all the Pokemon from Regulation D, including Pokemon that will come in the Teal Mask. So down here, we have a list of Pokemon that have been confirmed, whether it's through the Pokemon Company or being seen in official trailers and stuff like that. So no leaked information here so far that I know of. If it's on Cerebi usually doesn't post anything until it's confirmed. But in the previous video, I talked about support mons, and today I wanted to talk about offensive Pokemon. So the first one we have to talk about really is Snorlax. Snorlax is, the big old belly drum user. We've seen belly drum used with Azumarill, but Snorlax takes really good advantage of it with the gluttony ability. You might have had this set up with Iron Hands for your terror raids, but with Snorlax, you can get the berry early so you can have a bigger berry. The thing with Iapapa is that Iapapa will activate this time at half health instead of quarter health. So Iapapa, very belly drum, go almost back up to full, and then you will have +6 in attack. Granted, there is some Intimidate going around, but at +5, Snorlax is still going to do a lot of damage with belly drum crunch. I don't know if it's going to be able to deal with Ursaluna. We'll see how it fares against like Ursaluna matchups, because it is slower than Ursaluna. It's between Ursaluna and Torkoal. So we'll see how useful Snorlax is. You can also avoid those fighting type moves with Terra Ghost now, Crunch to deal with those ghost types, and Body Slam, Protect, all that good stuff. If you have good support around it, like Snorlax can do really well, just like something like Ursaluna, in all honesty. There's also other ways to run it. You can go Curse Recycle Snorlax. You can go Turbolax. All these things have been used in the past, so expect to see some people pick up Snorlax because it's something that they've played before in the past and it's something that they're comfortable with. The next one is Milotic. Milotic is really good because of competitive. Now, before this, we've only really seen competitive with, let's see. I know Galarian Articuno. Yeah, Galarian Articuno, Gothitelle usually runs Shadow Tag, and Kilowatt usually runs like Wind Power or Voltazorb. I haven't seen it used competitive that often, so not a lot of competitive mons. So Milotic coming in here, being one of those mons that really likes to sit on the field and just deal small bits of damage. So you can make it really bulky, and use Coil to set up your defenses, set up your accuracy, which can allow you to hit Hypnosis more accurately, and your Muddy Waters and your Icy Winds more accurately. Muddy Water, it's a real bummer when it misses. It says 85%, but like if you use Muddy Water, Muddy Water feels way less accurate than that. So Coil helps out with that. And so Muddy Water and Icy Wind can do a lot with doing accuracy drops, doing speed drops. Milotic is just really good in that sense. It also has access to like Recover, and now with Terastallization, like you can go Terra Grass to get rid of the electric type weakness there and the grass type weakness. So, Milotic is definitely going to be one of those mons that plays a supportive role, but it also still deals a lot of damage, and it's something you have to worry about. So it can be a supportive mon, but it supports by doing damage and lowering stats, And it's just bulky. It's going to be good. You're going to see it a lot. Next up is Glidecore. So I know some people are excited about Glidecore. I've never used Glidecore. I didn't play VGC. I didn't play much of Pokemon during Gen 4's like peak. So I know that Toxic Orb and Poison Heal, if a Pokemon is statused, it will heal. If it's poisoned, it will heal instead of lose HP. So what you do with Glidecore is that you use the Toxic Orb and you get poisoned, and that way you can't get burned, and it allows it for more setup. Now, the one thing I like about this is that with Terastallization, before its flying type moves were pretty shallow with acrobatics, but for you to use acrobatics as best as you could, you had to use something like Fling to get rid of the toxic orb, because acrobatics is only powerful if there's no held item. That being said, it can use Terra Blast now to get a base power 80, and you're going to get a stab, and if you're Terra Flying, you're going to get an extra stab on top of that. So Terra Blast, Terra Flying, Glidecore has the potential to do a lot of damage, especially if you're not trying to use acrobatics. You don't have to have Fling, so you can carry Protect, you can carry Swords Dance. It has access to Roost, Knockoff, U-Turn. There's lots of ways to use Glidecore. So I don't know these spreads. I just kind of like made something up to have something on the screen. But Glidecore is definitely going to be one of those things that you see a lot of people try to build around. So keep an eye out for that. Know what it does. Next up is Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr is very viable. It does very well. We'll have to see how it does with, you know, the Flutter Mains of the format being a pure fighting type. But with Terrestrialization, like, you don't always have to worry about that. And it just has so many good abilities. So if you want to run Flame Orbs, you can go Guts. If you want to run Life Orb, you can go Sheer Force. If you want to run a bunch of punching moves, you can go Iron Fist. With Assault Vest, you get access to a lot of great moves. Mach Punch for priority, Drain Punch for recovery, Knockoff to get rid of opponent's items, Ice Punch. If you go Terra Steel, you can attack on Ice Punch to deal with ground types and that want to do big damage into the Terra Steel. I think Assault Vest is going to be good if you want to use the Iron Fist. I think Assault Vest is going to be good if you want to use anything other than Guts. If you're using Guts, you're probably going to use, you know, the Flame Orb. And then you can also tag Fling onto it. It's another one of those mons where it can just sit on the field and do a lot of damage. It doesn't have the best speed, so you can always gear it towards like Trick Room, for example. So if I did like a Brave Nature, like you get down to like 45. Not Snorlax numbers, but you can underspeed Ursaluna. So you could force a Terra on Ursaluna and do big damage. So we'll have to see how Conkeldurr really does. You know, I do think it has a lot of capabilities. It does have a lot of potential. We'll just have to see how people play with it. But I think Conkeldurr is going to be one of those mons you want to watch out for. My pick, this one's kind of iffy. Chandelure just gives you another Imprison Trick Room mon. It has a really good special attack, but that's about it. Flash Fire ability. So it's going to be another one of those mons that I'm Terra Grass, but I have Flash Fire, you know, like Armorogue, like Heatran, all that good stuff. So it does have a positive matchup into Armorogue if it doesn't Terrasilize, but I don't see this mon getting a whole lot of usage. A lot of people will use it like Choice Scarf, but if you're doing Choice Scarf, like, you don't want the Imprison Trick Room. You can use Imprison Trick Room on like a Focus Sash set, but that's about it. You could run Flame Body, Terra Grass Flame Body, if you want to, you know, really stick it to those Urshifu waters. You have a high chance of burning it, but I think Flash Fire might be good for switch-ins. We'll have to see how people use it. And the last offensive mon you really want to worry about is Kommo-o. Kommo-o is a dragon fighting type combination. Had some really good usage in formats in Sun and Moon, and had different sets like Body Press, Iron Defense, and Sword and Shield. So Kommo-o can actually set up in many different ways. The main way is Clangorous Soul. You lose a third of your HP, but you get an Omni boost, so you get a +1 in all the stats. And if you have something like a Clear Amulet, for example, you only have to worry about like Haze or Clear Smog. The Terra Steel here, you can go kind of like a Dondozo, where you can go Terra Steel to deal with the fairy typing and also eliminate the issue of Clear Smog, and then you would only have to worry about Haze at that point. A Drain Punch for recovery, protect. You could even honestly go Iron, like you can go Iron Defense, Body Press. If you want to do something like that, you can make it super bulky with leftovers. The only bad thing about like if you did Drain Punch, Iron Defense, Body Press is that you would have no way to hit ghost types. So that would definitely be an issue, but you can definitely find ways to cover Kommo-o's weaknesses with its moves. Does it get any Steel type moves? It gets Iron Head and Iron Tail. So those are definitely pretty good moves here. So you could always run Iron Head, Drain Punch, Dragon move if you really wanted to. But I feel like these two would probably be just fine after an Omni boost. But those are the Pokemon coming in the Teal Mask that are definitely going to add a little bit of pizzazz when it comes to the offensive side. What do you guys think? What are you going to use first? Let me know in the comments down below. I will definitely probably lean towards the Milotic, but I could also see myself trying out Snorlax and maybe Glidecore, but Milotic for sure because it's really good. Anyways, that's going to be all. If you made it this far in the video, I want to say thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And next time, I'm Zach. We'll see everyone later.